Hey everybody, it's Craig from Doc Sports. We are back. I apologize for missing yesterday. I'll go into it a
what the
little
hell,
bit.
Craig?
I'll go into it a little bit, but let me introduce. It's Wednesday, the 9th of April. We got a ton of plays today. We got Raphael back with us, of course, every Wednesday. So I want to get his opinion on kind of how the tournament went for the books and everything, for the NCAA tournament, that is. And today we're going to talk Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL. We got playoffs, a week away, I believe. I think it's playing tournaments like a week away in
Tuesday.
It's a week from
Tuesday.
yesterday. From yesterday. Right? Is that a week from yesterday? Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Wednesday today, Craig.
Yeah, and then but the actual playoffs don't start, because if you don't count the playing tournament, till a week from Sunday, I believe. Maybe it's Monday. But so we've got a little time for the NBA playoffs. But before I get to it, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss out on everything we have going on. We've got tons of extra stuff going on here every day now. We've got Major League Baseball picks. We're giving out a ton more free video picks every day. So make sure you check that out by liking and subscribing. Also, you want a free $60 to try out our best plays? Hey, it's free. Why not? DocSports.com/free60 gets you $60 free account over at Doc Sports. For all new customers. Of course, if you're an existing customer, go into the grid. Griffin, did I see you have a big play today?
Damn right I do. 7-unit MLB would be an 8-unit if it wasn't this early on in the season. That game goes off at 7 p.m. Coming off a nice 2-0 sweep yesterday. Cashed the Cardinals yesterday. 6-unit best bet. They were plus 110 value. And then I had an alternative run line play on the Athletics yesterday. That was a 3-unit play. I ended up cashing, going 2-0 yesterday for $1,410 profit, Craig. Dialed in across the board, ready to go, brother.
So, this is the time of year I always say, information is king for us. So, we're a week and a half, 12 days, something like that into the baseball season. We have data now. We've seen the teams. You can start to move some money. I always say anybody that's moving a lot of money early on baseball, it's literally Russian roulette, because we have no clue what these teams are year to year. So, you have to go early, even the next week or so. Then we start getting more information. You can start getting down bigger. Nick, anything big today? I don't think I saw your name on the BPA board.
Yeah, we got a big day after another big day yesterday. We hit a 6-unit best bet on the ice, 2-1 there. The Canadians getting it done against the Detroit Red Wings, 4-1. But tonight on the hardwood floor in the NBA, I know we only have 3 or 4 games left for each team here, but we got a 6-unit play going off tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm passing today in the NHL, but Thursday I will have a big play, 7-unit best bet on the ice in the NHL. So we're locked and loaded. Got a 2-pack on the diamond here. And as well, we're starting our Nickies, Nerfy, and Yerpies here next week on Monday, Craig. So I'm locked and loaded here for the week and for the day, ready to go.
For those that don't know what Nerfy is, no run first inning. You gave one out on Monday. It was Reds Giants. Easy. You could have went no run first 5 innings, right? I don't think they scored until late in that one. So good winner there. Well, maybe we'll squeeze one out of you today here when we get to Major League Baseball. Raphael, I hope you had a good NCAA tournament, better than mine. I couldn't get one right in the NCAA tournament. I had Florida in the Final Four as a big play. I had Michigan early as a big play, but the in-between was terrible. Hopefully you had a good one, and hopefully you got something big for us today.
And pretty good. I took your guys' advice. I think it was Griffin that made fun of me, that told me I wasn't going to play anything because I was even money for the college basketball season. I was going to take the Final Four and champion, but I played and actually hit both of them. So I made $600 for college basketball. So it was a winning season for me in college hoops. Last night I had a really good day on the ice. We're coming back today with a nice 7-year play on the ice. Finally in a plus on the ice. It's been back and forth all season long for me on ice baseball. Already up close to $2,000 already for baseball this year. Nothing big today on the diamond. I think I only have one play. It's so hard to play the NBA right now. Yesterday, no one knows this except guys like me who talks to books and have back access to books. Yesterday broke a record for the most people on the injured list for the NBA. I think they ended up with 98 guys listed on the injury list for all day yesterday. Broke the record. The record was 93. I think 2 or 3 years ago for it had the most injured list. So you say playing Russian roulette. Brent NBA right now, certain games is playing Russian roulette. Why? I mean, you don't know who's going to play, how long they're going to play. It's hard. I've been telling people, take the day off, play a game until playoffs start next week.
Yeah, I say you go low and slow in the NBA the last 4 or 5 games because the different, like, who has, motivation, even teams that you think should have motivation. Tonight, I guess we'll see one, Bulls and Heat, because whoever wins most likely is hosting the other in the 9-10 play-on game. So, like, it's a big game. Bulls didn't play basically anybody last night at Cleveland. They knew they weren't going to win, so hey, why not? So that'll be a good game tonight. I also think the interesting Lakers Mavs, obviously. All right, let's talk Major League Baseball first, because there are some early games here. So if anybody has any opinions on these early ones, we can just get it to you. Raphael, let's start with you. Anything in the Major League Baseball that you like today here?
I've been watching the Sacramento A's play. I am not calling them the Oakland A's. Screw that. They're the Sacramento A's. Let's call it what it is. We're not putting lipstick on a pig that can't even get people to come watch this game. But I like the Sacramento A's. I like their team total over 4.5. Why? The wind's blowing out today in Sacramento. And we've seen everybody just hit the ball all over the place against the A's in their AKA home ballpark. The 4 out of 5 have hit this prop gap. Their last 5 games, they're averaging 6.5 runs per game, and they've lost the game, and they still scored 5 runs in that game. I thought this number should have been around about 5.5, and maybe juice it to the under. So if you're giving me 3 nickels on 4.5 in Sacramento, I'm taking this team total over 4.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard not to call them Oakland. It was kind of like the
Easy
Indians.
Sacramento. It just rolls off your tongue. Sacramento A's.
I still call the Indians or the Guardians the Indians. So it's hard enough to get the nickname of a team when they change. Really hard to get the first name, especially since this is going to be a short 2.5 year stint here in Sacramento.
They're saying 4 to 5 years.
I saw someone say that it's
Vegas already said it. They're a year and a half.
Come on, one, you guys.
Someone said it should be athletics because the books need they need 2, they need a first and second name to I don't know, to fill the book, to make the back ends work. And someone said just put athletics, and I saw it on one of the sports books. I forget which one it was. I should have taken a screenshot. I was like, that's classic. It's athletics. They don't want to be Sacramento. I don't understand why they wouldn't want to be Sacramento or just switch to Vegas already. I don't get it. I don't understand. All right. Anything early you like, Nick, here? There's a couple, I think, decent plays here early.
What time does the Sox start?
I got one.
Go early there. Go Griffin.
Yeah. I got one that starts at 3:35 Eastern time, 2:35 Central. San Diego Padres, Oakland, Sacramento Athletics, baby. Sacramento. It rolls off the tongue. Better. I like it. So looking at this game, nobody knows this guy. Beto, their starter. Osvaldo Beto, absolute stud for the Athletics. This is their best pitcher, and this guy is an absolute sleeper. He pitched against the Rockies in his most recent outing. I believe he went 6 full innings, allowing just 1 run. Guy's very good, and as long as his control is sharp, he's dominant. The Athletics right now, minus 125 on the money line against the Padres, who are 9-3 on the year. And they smoked them last night, as I mentioned, in a 10-4 final. Right now, the Padres, they're resting a lot of their starters in this matchup, and they've got Randy Vasquez on the bump. Randy Vasquez is a solid pitcher. The problem is this guy walks a ton of hitters. This Athletics team, they are very good and disciplined at the plate. They will take walks, they will steal bases, and they have young power in that lineup to hit the long ball. I like the Athletics in this matchup. Everybody's going to be all over the Padres here, quote unquote, bounce back game and plus value. BS, shake that. Take the Athletics money line minus 125.
Yeah, I think this Athletics team, I think they could be a 500 team this year. I really do. I think or within 3 or 4 games, one or the other, which means
I'm in agreement.
Those are the best teams to bet on if you want to make money. Not you can't just bet on. You should never bet on every game, every team every day. But if you bet on this team, say 15, 20 times this year, you're probably going to be plus money. If you go 7-7, 8-7, 9-7, you're going to be way up because they're going to be underdogs. Or getting a better price than most matchups. So those are always teams I'm trying to find. Who are going to be the middling teams in the Major League Baseball? I always think you get great value on those. And I think I have one for you today, but I'm going to go to Nick first. Nick, you got a free play for us?
Yeah, let's talk about this Guardians or Indians team, whatever you want to call it. The Chicago White Sox and the Cleveland Guardians here. Guardians are a heavy favorite, minus 190 here. The total sitting at 7.5. Yesterday's game, it finished 1-0, and the run didn't come until the bottom of the ninth for the Guardians. They had a combined 5 hits in that game. Absolutely no offense here. Sean Burke will be on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. He's 1-1 this season. His ERA is over a 5 here, even though the starting pitchers for the White Sox got off to a hot start here. I think they're going to run into a little bit of trouble here tonight, especially with that offensive performance by both teams. And Logan Allen will be back on the mound here for the Guardians. His first outing was bad against the San Diego Padres there. He got the loss in that game. I expect a bounce back game out of him tonight. And I like this Cleveland Guardians team on the run line, minus 1.5 here over the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox just are not as consistent on the road as they are at home. So I would take the run line Cleveland Guardians here against the White Sox, Craig.
It is a cold day. I'm about 2.5 hours south of Cleveland, just straight down 77. It is cold here. It's going to be even colder up there. Don't think that ball does not carry well in Cleveland when it's cold. I think it's going to be a pretty big advantage for the Guardians today. And that was I always say losses can just be one loss, or sometimes it can have the hangover. The way they lost at the end, walking in like that can carry over where it's like, you kidding me? You can't just throw a meatball up there and make it at least hit it. Like, you cannot walk guys to win the game. But I got a what I would call a middling team, and that's the Tampa Bay Rays. I know they haven't been. I kind of thought this team would be about 5 games above 500 this year. Has not started great. They're 4-6, and they're facing an Angels team that, I mean, everybody's starting to jump on board because they're 7-3, and they've done I thought the Angels could be better than what their win total suggested when we saw it early in the year, before the season. But I didn't think it'd be this. And I think there's a lot of overreaction here where these people are like, oh, they just look at the record, 7-3. Throw the records out the first 20 games, because last year, I believe it was the Pirates, right, that were in first place.
And then the Angels were in first place last year. And the first 10 games, they were in first.
And the Pirates ended up being one of the worst teams in the league, even with that start. So, pump the brakes on the. I'm taking the Rays here, a short price. I just think there's value here on a Rays team, and Tampa Bay is just a tough place to play. I know they're not in the dome, but it's just a tough place to play. You're in Florida, you're enjoying the weather, and then it's not like you're in New York City facing the Yankees. All of a sudden, bam, they're just always better than what you think. All right, go ahead, Griffin.
I was just going to tap into that. Last year, the Angels, they had 19 wins all season during day games, just so everybody knows. They don't win during day games, just so you guys know. Go ahead.
which is like what, a third of the game. So you figure what?
They were 19-30.
Yeah, so you're playing, approximately 45 to 50 games. That's not so good. Which
Craig, really quick, Craig, I need to jump on Griffin's play on his play. 3 books now moved it to minus 140. Other 3 books still have minus 130. This one opened up San Diego last night at 848.
Again.
As then the favorite at minus 130. And then right before the game ended is when they announced Tatis was not playing, and some reaction came in on this one. Wow. But I would say if you can still find minus 130 on Griffin's play, jump on it. Because it would be probably up to minus 150 by the first pitch.
Which is close. We're only a few hours from it, so make sure you get in on it. All right, let's talk NBA a little bit. Well, first of all, I want to talk college basketball just with Raphael real quick. How did the books end up? Because it was obviously all the favorites. Florida was one of the favorites. I don't think they probably had more exposure on Duke, so they probably were happy that Duke went down in the Final Four. But overall, it felt like, the public should have done pretty well because there was lots of favorites, lots of overs.
Yeah, if you ask the book, how'd you do in an NCAA tournament, they're going to go right directly. Hey, Duke going down the other day was the best thing that ever happened. They still had a losing tournament. If you want to do every day, they still had a losing tournament. But Duke losing was a record-breaking day because you got to cash all the futures out, the Final Four futures out, and the game. I was talking to some books. They said that Duke and UFC parlays were probably one of the biggest action on Saturday night. So when Duke lost, they said, who cares about UFC? It didn't matter who won in UFC that night because everything was tied up to moneyline parlays with Duke on it. So it was a monster day for Saturday in all sports because every parlay had Duke on it, NBA, basketball, UFC.
Yep.
So it was a monster day on Saturday. The books are going to say, oh, we had a great tournament, but overall they didn't.
Yeah. It could have been worse because if you look at the number of favorites and the overs that hit, you would have thought they got whacked. So to get out with their, as they say, with their pants still on, probably pretty lucky here. And my favorite month now, from now on, is between now and the Kentucky Derby. I love this time of year. Like, I know the last week of the NBA season isn't the greatest, let's be honest. But the positive this year is baseball was pushed earlier, so now we get better baseball this time of year. So it's not like it's kind of a trade-off, I guess, for us. But let's talk NBA for tonight. This is a danger. Like, I mean, what's the term they teach the kids? Stranger danger. Like, that should be basically how you go. That's basically how you should. None of you three have kids. Are you kidding me? Like, that's like that you teach your kid.
No,
hopefully Griff doesn't have one.
Griffin probably has 3 or 4 running around Vegas, but we won't.
Probably Costa Rica.
But like, this that time of year. Like, you look at just look at last night. I mean, there was teams that you're like, oh, this team's going to get up to play here. Nothing. Denver Nuggets fire their coach. Like, what? Like, you got 3-4 games left of the season. You cannot wait until after the season. Something's more coming out of that one, I'm guessing. But Raphael, is there a free play you like here in the NBA tonight?
I have not one, but I'm going to throw out 2 NBA free plays because they're actually coming out of the same game. I'm going to take Denver, Sacramento under 234.5. No, I did not misspoke. No, I didn't. I can read my own handwriting. I said under 234.5. I think we see some type of defense. This one will probably move to 235, 235.5. Kings last 10 games, 7 of them have gone under their total. They've been playing some good defense in the second half. Not in the first half. Outplayed the first half over, second half under. I think this game stays under the total. Let's face it, March 5th, these two teams played each other. It was 116, 110. That total was 238. So I kind of like the under on this game. And then we're going for player prop. Give me some bonus from the Kings over 31.5 points and rebounds. And you tell me I only have to lay -3 nickels on this one? He's hit this prop bet 5 straight times coming off his ankle injury. He's been red hot grabbing. 2 games he's played Denver this year, averaging 26 points a game and grabbing 16 rebounds a game. Give me a break. Give me 31.5.
I have a 3-unit play on the PRA tonight with Sabonis. Over points, rebound, and assists. So there's a bonus for you, 3-unit play. I like this over as well. I think Sabonis, first of all, Denver's coach got fired. Like, I'm guessing there's more reasons, but about defense. Their defense has been absolutely pitiful. Yeah. Another coach was fired because of defense. How about the Memphis Grizzlies?
Yep.
The next game they played absolutely did not change because you don't have time to change in a 1-game time set. Now, they might go under the total barely, but I don't think it's going to be because Denver plays defense. It's going to be because Sacramento plays defense. Because Denver, I don't know what's wrong with them, but they don't have guys that shoot, and those guys can't play defense either. Like, what are you on the floor for if you can't shoot and you can't play defense? And Russell Westbrook, it was working early, but he is not a guy that is easy to coach. Like, that's just facts. There's guys that run away from Russell Westbrook or they trade him away for a reason. So I like those plays though. I think you're going against the public because everybody's going to be on the over tonight, I'm guessing, in this one. Does either of you two, and when I say two, Griffin and Nick, have an opinion on this? I mean, everybody wants to play this game tonight, and everybody wants to play the Mavs Lakers. Everybody's thinking Luka in a return. I think Lakers 4.5 here. Any of you have a free play in this one?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers, they take on this Dallas Mavericks team. The Lakers right now, I believe it's 3.5. If I'm not mistaken, it might have jumped up. It is 3.5.
Yes.
The total was sitting at 228.5. Both teams, they're coming off losses here, and Lakers just played last night in Oklahoma City. They lost that game by 16 points here. And if Dallas wins this game, I believe they get home court advantage in that playoff, that play-in game, I should say. So it has big implications for these Dallas Mavericks. And then you got the emotional Luka coming back here to Dallas, and AD was questionable. Game time decision here. I think he's in this lineup against his old team, especially if they get that win here tonight. Everybody in their right mind is going to be on these Lakers here. The public will be on the Lakers. They think it's going to be a bounce back game. Luka going back to Dallas. Not tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I like the Dallas Mavericks with the points over the Los Angeles Lakers. I know it's a ballsy move here, but it's a smart move. especially when you got those Lakers coming off that loss against OKC. So take the Mavericks plus 3.5 over the Lakers, Craig.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody watched that Oklahoma City and Lakers game. Luka's talking smack to he makes a shot. They're down 2. Like they were playing good basketball, down 2 late in the third quarter. Talks smack to a fan. The ref thinks he's talking to him, throws him out of the game. And so they go from 2 to 16, and a lot of people didn't obviously cover because of that. And that was an important game for the Lakers. The Lakers are like a half game up, I think, right? Or it might be a 1 game up. 3 through 7, like they could end up it's 3 through 6. They could end up a 6 seed. So it is very important that the Lakers win this game. But like you said, Dallas is also they need some help. But if they win here, they could get some help. They could end up as the 9 seed instead of 10 seeds. You don't have to win 2 road games. You could win one home game, then 1 road game. That's how it works, though. 9-10 play. Whoever wins plays the loser of the 7-8. The 7-8 becomes a 7 seed, and then that winner of those, the winner and loser there face off for the 8 seed. All right.
Caesars and FanDuel just moved it to 4 right now. So I agree. I think the Mavericks is a really, really good play. But I would wait. You could get more Laker money because it's the Lakers.
Yes.
I would see we can maybe get 4.5. It was 4.5 last night. Why wouldn't we see 4.5 now? I would wait, but I love that play for the Mavericks.
Anybody interested in this? 30.5 is Luka's points tonight. The over-under on Luka's points. That seems a little high. Like, I know he can get you. Listen, he's not the Dallas Luka because they have LeBron James. Yeah. Like he gets a lot of shots too. I just think I know LeBron's going to want to help him get to that. Luka has only gone over 30 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. He's only done it. He's only went over 30. So he got 31 one time in that span. And he got 30 once. So, like, to me, he got 35 against New Orleans. I don't know if you can count that. New Orleans is like it's like a YMCA team now. So, anyway, like, I know he's getting a lot. He's getting a lot to play, though. I'm guessing, Raphael, there is so much probably tied up in Luka props tonight because everybody's thinking he's going to go off. Like, if the unders hit, the books are going to probably do very well tonight, right?
I'm actually looking right now. I'm not going to say what book that I'm looking at right now, but this one opened up at 29.5, and it moved up to 31.5. So it's fuck it, I don't care. It's almost going to be a six-figure loss for a book if he goes off tonight. If the game is being played in the next 5 minutes, it could be close to a 6-figure loss on his.
Well, and it kind of makes sense if the Joe Public.
Did I just drop the F-bomb too? Sorry, YouTube. YouTube.
The whole premise, hit that like and subscribe button, don't forget. But the whole premise is the public is like, hey, Luka's going back. He wants to show him up. And he was. But, he also could get you a triple-double and go off tonight, too. Like, that is just as impressive. So, I don't know. It just seems like everybody's on the Lakers. Everybody's on all the overprops for Luka. And, these are the time in Vegas. I always said it's the wipeout game. It's like they get this right. The Mavs win. Luka gets 25 points and like eight rebounds, 5 assists, and everything goes under, and the books win big. So
his
Griffin,
PRA is 47.5. That's like LeBron and Jordan numbers. It's Luka. It's a fat guy running around trying to play defense with that number. Give me a break, 47.
The only guy that should have that is the Joker, because the Joker can get you 15 rebounds, 15 assists. So it's like, dude, he gets you 20 points. It's easy. I mean, he puts up that kind of number on a regular basis. Luka does not, especially with the Lakers when he doesn't need to. He does have more help with the Lakers with having LeBron there. Griffin, what do you have for a free play? Sorry, we got stuck on that.
No, you're good, dude. And I got to be honest, I absolutely hate this board across all cylinders. There was one play that I absolutely loved, and that's my premium selection. It's a 4-unit play. Everything else I absolutely hate. I'm going to give you guys a free play right now. I don't love it. I lean it. I like it. And it's Charlotte rolling into Toronto to play the Raptors. We all know the Raptors. It's an absolute nightmare playing there. It's like flying off the grid. I always say it's like going to Ireland. You're going out of country. You're playing in a completely different environment.
You are going out of country.
Literally. Yes, you are. So anyways, Charlotte on back-to-back games. They just got bulldozed last night by Memphis. I believe they put up 100 points in that game, and Memphis, I think, put up 125. So they're already stretched out. LaMelo Ball, he's not playing in this matchup. Toronto laying 9.5 points. They're one of the best covering teams at home. I love Toronto in this matchup, and I'd lay the 9.5. Charlotte's playing for absolutely nothing, nor is Toronto. It's kind of a pride situation game, and Charlotte just doesn't have the depth. They have nobody other than Bridges coming out tonight. I just don't think they're going to be stealthy tonight. I'd lay the wood here with the Raptors in this one, Craig.
They actually do have something to play for. Charlotte is the third worst team. So if they finish there, they're going to get the third best chance to get Cooper Flag. So to me, any of those teams in the bottom three, if they win, their coach should be fired before they get to the locker room. Like fired. Like you should be calling timeouts and be like, hey, step over the line and give the other team the ball. Like we do not want to win this game. What was it? The Giants last year, they won the second to last game in the NFL. And now instead of having the Giants had the number 1 pick, and they could have taken Cam Ward, completely changed the franchise.
Cam Ward stink though.
Well, I mean, but they had the option. Then you can trade it. Like you have the option. If you're the number 2 team, you have to take the second best guy. And guess what? Teams aren't giving you usually a big haul to trade up to number 2.
Who did that in the NFL? Was it Lovie Smith?
Well, it was the Giants last year, but 2 years ago it was Lovie Smith for Arizona, right?
Yeah,
Arizona. Okay, and they fired him after 1 year, and it was like, dude, if you're this dumb that you don't know that you're supposed to.
What are you doing?
Like I get it. These players are playing for 2, and the coaches are playing for like assistant coaches. But it's like, okay, guys, we have an owner, and this owner wants the number 1 pick. You want the number 1. If you're bad, it is your chance to shine. You're on the stage. You're on the clock for 6 months in the NFL. In the NBA, at least it's not like a given. The worst team doesn't get the draft pick. I think it's only one out of the last 4 years that the team with the most ping pong balls actually got the number 1 pick. But it is weighted more.
How pissed off would the NBA be if Cooper Flag had to go to Charlotte?
Although that's home. Like, I mean, he's playing basically right up the street for you, right up the road.
All Bridges, Duke. They could be something.
Dude, it'd be something. A lot of people think that he's like, the rumor I heard was that he's going to end up in New Orleans. It's like, and I'm like, that would make New Orleans, like if you put him and Zion together and they could stay healthy, dude, they got something.
If they can stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, McCullough.
Zion keeps eating.
Eat himself out of the NBA. All right, I got a free play though for you. I'm going with Knicks Bulls tonight. I think they mailed it in last night. They're a small favorite here. Everybody in the world is on the Heat because the Heat have played a lot better. I think, what are they, like 10-2 against the spread or something like that, their last 12. And the other one, they lost to the Bucks. I think it was last time out, right? They were up with a few seconds to go, so they could be 11-1 against the spread their last 12 games, but they did let that one get away in overtime. I just think the Bulls have something for them. I don't know, like this is not like one I'm going to run and bet my life savings on because there's a reason why these teams are the 9 and 10 seeds. Mm-hmm. But the home team here, this Chicago Bulls team is not fun to play. They just play free. They do play free. Now, when they don't make shots, they get absolutely bulldozed because they don't play any defense. But they're a team that can score. I think the Heat struggle to score. Let's take the Chicago Bulls tonight. Oh. Either way, these teams I think are going to play Monday, right? Or Tuesday, whichever. Yeah. Like, so these teams are playing. It doesn't matter.
Tuesday.
It doesn't matter who wins. It's just a matter of who ends up with the home, who's going to host the other one. But we're going to see these teams again. And I actually think it's kind of like this. It's like going to be a 1, 2, 3 point spread because I think you can make arguments on both of these teams. So that's a good one. I do have a question, though, and I don't know if anybody has this as a premium player. Like, I think the one game on the board that's kind of surprising for me is this Houston Clippers game. The Houston team really they really don't have anything to play for, but they're playing for something. Like, they crushed the Warriors. They crushed the Thunder. Now they play a hot Clippers team. The Clippers need to win. Don't tell Houston they don't have anything to play for. They're out there just murdering teams right now. Yet this line is 6.5. I see everybody's playing for Houston. Is anybody out? Is something I'm missing here?
It's 7.5, and the DraftKings moved it to 8 22 minutes ago.
Wow, that's getting some steam. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it almost makes me want to take Houston. Does anybody have opinion on this one?
I mean, I look at this game and it's got too many opinions for me to want to take it. And that's why I'm not touching this game. Because obviously, as mentioned, Houston already locked up the number 2 seed in the West. And the Clippers are fighting with the Lakers, Denver, and Golden State all for that 3 spot. So they have the motivational factor. The biggest key is going to be, do the Clippers thrive under pressure right now? Well, all season long, they've been doing it now that we're towards literally the end of regular season play. And they've made statements. They're playing very good basketball right now. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. So the motivational factor does not impact this team. Usually nerves come in, they settle in, and teams start to fall apart in these situations. Going 8-2 in your last 10 games and the nitty gritty when you need to win games and you're doing it. I'm on the Clippers here and I'm laying the wood, baby.
I will say this. The Rockets no one wants to play them in the playoffs. You know why? They play defense. They play defense. And in a series, you're going to have a game where you don't play good on offense. It don't matter who you are. You're going to have to win a game ugly. And it's not like the NCAA tournament, one and done. Like, I would never want to play this team. I don't think they could beat the Thunder. I just don't think they could but there's not a team in the West that I don't think Houston can beat, especially since they're going to have the home court advantage against everybody but Oklahoma City Thunder.
Craig, I have a question for you. Does this, and I never do this myself, and I know I don't think Raphael does either. Would you ever look at teasing this game or have any incentive to tease?
Like, I wouldn't tease this one. I like teasing, though. Like, yesterday, my top 4 unit play was actually a tease at the website, and it won. Like, I don't like this one because I think either Houston wins outright because they just or they get just they mail it in because they literally have nothing left to play for. Them and the Thunder, the Celtics, and the Cavaliers all have their spots locked up. So it's like they have nothing left to play for. But you know, with the time off, you have a week, right, Raphael? It's about a week, might even be 8 days for some teams.
Some teams have 8 days.
So that is a lot. If you don't play guys this week, these next 3 games, they won't play for almost 2 weeks. Yeah. So you almost have to play guys. Now, it doesn't mean you have to play in for 30 minutes like we usually do. So that will be the thing. Does what's his name, Udoka, the old Celtics guy, he's got this guy playing well. I mean, he was talking smack to Steph Curry at halftime. If you watch that game, he was walking off. Those two had to be separated. This dude is fire, and he plays defense. He's taught this team to play defense, and they got a bunch of dogs. I would be careful with this game tonight because as I do think the Clippers find a way to pull it out, but this Thunder team, they're like, don't count me out, guys. Don't count me out. Thunder and Warriors, 2 games in a row. That's like those 2 teams are hot right now. The Clippers has been as hot as well. So, all right. Hey, I want to get a Nicky's Nerfy before we get out of here. Nick, I'm putting you on the spot.
Let's do it.
Give me a Nerfy.
Just like I love Ralph's polo right there, baby. We're going to Chicago, where the Texas Rangers take on the Chicago Cubs here. The Cubbies, they won both games. They scored in their 2 games against the Rangers, 17 runs. But Tyler Mallett will be on the mound here. He looks solid against the Rays in his last outing, only allowing 1 hit in 5 innings of work, no runs. And the Cubbies, they got Shohei Imanaga, 2-0 on the season, and ERA under 1. Give me the Nerfy in this game against the Texas Rangers and the Chicago Cubs, Craig.
That one's on in less than an hour.
Hey, I'm putting you back on the spot. NHL, quick play on the way out the door. We got we're already 6 minutes over, 3 minutes over. Give me an NHL play that you want to sprinkle a little pizza money on.
Flyers money line.
Now we got the Toronto Maple Leafs and Tampa Bay Lightning here. The Toronto Maple Leafs are first in the Atlantic, while the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're second in the Atlantic here. This is a divisional play. The Tampa Bay Lightning are 27-8 at home. Toronto just played last night in Florida against the Panthers, lost that game 3-1. I think they're going to be a little tired here. Tampa Bay wants to take that lead in the Atlantic. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line, -1.5 at odds of +135, Craig. Come on.
Hey, what was
nice, baby?
Come on.
What was, I think it's on, it's one of those, I forget which movie it's on, is like, F the police, F the police. That's what I want to say to the New Jersey Devils last night.
Straight out of Compton. There it is.
Because last night I had the New Jersey Devils on the 3-way line, and they gave up 7 goals to Boston Bruins. Like, dude, you guys are on the no-bet list for the rest of my life almost. Like, are you kidding? If you just said they lost, I can live with it. 7 goals?
I had Utah last night on a 3-way. I quit watching it because I was up 6-0, like in a blink of an eye. I'm like, oh, cool, I can watch a movie.
Like, to me, it's like, I always say we're what, about the same. We got about a week left of the NHL season.
Yep.
So it's not quite as dangerous as the NBA. because in the NHL, you have to play 3 lines. You can't play 1 line out there. Like you're going to kill these guys. So guys, you just can't rest everybody like you can in the NBA. And the NBA really can't either, but they find a way to do it. But so the NHL isn't quite as, but be careful. It's that time of year where weird crap happens. Like and subscribe. Don't forget, if you haven't got on the Premium Plus, I forgot to mention it, get on the Premium Plus. You'll get $49.99 to get you the Indian Cowboys level 1 and the Premium Plus plays. $49.99 for a month. You can't beat that. Click the link in the description to sign up. You get 3 plays every day. I think they went 2-1, 1-2, 2-1 the last 3 days. So a little small profit there. That's how you do it. People are like, hey, I want to go 3-0. Listen, we are not, I don't care who you are. You're not going 3-0 every day. If you have 3 plays, it's 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Every once in a while, you go 1-2. You have a 3-0 day, you have an 0-3, but you grind it out. 60 to 65% is the best in the world at what we do.
Everybody on Twitter goes 3-0. Come on, you all know that. Everyone on Twitter is 3-0.
I had a guy, you guys might even have seen it. I messaged, left the comments, and it said, I'm getting off the Premium Plus. They've only went 2-1 the last 2 days. I'm like, dude, 2-1 is a winning day. Take a winning day. That is like, hey, 1-0, 2-1. That's what you do if you do this. If you're playing 7 plays, you go 4-3. You should be happy, to be very honest. All right, straight out of Compton. There you go. Thanks, guys, for joining in. Raphael, next week, I'm tasking you. We're going to be talking futures in the NBA and the NHL. Let's see if we can find where, one, we'll know where the money's coming in and maybe where there's some value. So we'll talk that next
Well, if you guys really want, I can email you what the NBA series prices are for the first round. I already have them up, ready to go.
All right, let's email it to us. We can mention them tomorrow. We're gonna put them on the burner next week and turn it on high and be like make them dance like the popcorn popping. Like, tell us some winners. Tell us some winners, Raphael. All right, guys, have a great one. Hope all your bets are winning ones. Good luck. Don't forget, we got a lot of early baseball. So if you didn't watch the beginning of the show, rewind to the beginning of the show and get those winners. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow.